Today we're going to unbox and take a look at this guy right here. This is the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus. It's set up. It's actually supposed to set three 4K monitors for your Mac, and we're going to unbox it. We're going to set it up. We're going to do that next on Geekazine. What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek, and you got me. And today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus by iVanky's. First of all, I do have to give you the disclosure that they did send me product. They are not sponsoring the video, so all opinions are of Geekazine. If you want me to unbox something, all you have to do is contact me, and we will get that underway. Let's take a look at this right here. So this is basically meant for a MacBook, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't put it into Windows. It's meant for 3 4K monitors. It's also got extra ports, so it's a multi-dock. You got SD cards, you got USB-C. It's got a 100-watt power supply on there, and independent 20-watt PD charger, so you can plug in devices and get power. And that's probably the best thing. The difference between a dock and a dongle will not be a powered device. It'll maybe want to have 1, maybe 2 items in it, and I don't really trust dongles because they don't have that extra power. You're expecting the laptop or the computer to supply the power, and that can always cause a problem. So with that said, let's go ahead and open this up. It slides open pretty easy. There we go. We've got the dock right here. So we'll set that aside. Got some cardboard. We got the manuals and all that other good stuff. We'll set that here. Then we have another box, which is going to give us the other things. Now, remember, for 100-watt charging, it's going to be a wall wart. It's going to be a big plug, but it looks like it's going to be a 2-part cable plug, and it's going to be pretty thick because, once again, 100-watt charging here. Pulled that all out. Good. So there's the brick right there. We got this style plug. I'm not sure what this is. If you do know, let me know in the comments below. You'll definitely want to keep these two together. And then finally, we've got right here, looks like a USB-C cable. Actually, some of you might know that I'm in my new studio now. And we're redesigned, just trying to figure out a new design, new idea. But I am going to re-implement something that I haven't done in a long time. And that is fly, be free. There it goes. Let's take a look at this dock here. So we've got it right here. Let's go ahead and pull it open. Standard dock feels plastic. Sides feel metal. So that's interesting. Let's zoom in and take a look at this. We're going to start on this side. So this is probably going to be the back of your dock. So it'll probably sit like this onto your desktop. But on the back here, it looks like we have our 20-volt DC in, our Ethernet, which is 2.5 gigabits per second. So that's good. If you do have Ethernet on some of your laptops, they might not be 2.5. It's not going to give you more internet, but it might help the process of uploading and downloading. We've got 10 gigabit USB-A plugs here, which is cool. And then we have the 3 HDMI 4K units right here. On the side, looks like we got some sort of Kensington lock option. The other side, quick editing note, one side's a Kensington lock, the other side is for the USB-C into the computer. Now back to your program. On the back, we have the PD charger. You'll be able to charge anything 100 watts. So yeah, that could be a MacBook Air, that could be a MacBook Pro, or anything like that. You've got a 10 gigabit USB-C here. So I'm not seeing any Thunderbolt. That is a charge, so that's not a Thunderbolt. You got 2 more 10 gigabit USB-A ports. We've got a TF card, we got an SD card, and we've got a headphone jack. Actually, it's a combo jack, so you can put in a microphone, you can put a headphone, you can put in a TRRS. And then finally, we have the power. So yeah, this is going to sit on your table with this in the front. All right. Really quick, let's talk for a second about the cables that we have here. The cable that comes here is what's going to go into your Mac. I will probably take a gray Sharpie and I will label this with this because it's very important that these stay together. If you're using the USB 10 gigabit per second, you want to also think about what USB cable you're using if you really want to get 10 gigabits per second. Same thing with the USB-C. There are different types of cables out there, and that's really important for that. If you're doing a lot of transfer and you're cursing at your computer for being too slow, well, maybe it's because the devices have cables that are too old and are not rated to go at those speeds. Okay, so set everything up. A couple caveats here. First of all, right now you're seeing 3 monitors. The 4th monitor is actually up here. I'm dueling my main monitor with this. But right now we have my M2 MacBook Air right here. This is a 4K monitor. It's actually a 4K touchscreen monitor, but we're running it in HDMI mode. So all I can do is that it doesn't have the touchscreen ability to it. This is the 1080p monitor. And as you can see on the 1080p monitor, I have the display properties up. I'll move it over to this. Find my mouse first. I'll move it over here so you can see it a little bit better. As you can see, we actually have all 4 monitors showing up in the list. So, and then of course, like I said, the 4th monitor, we'll just do this a little bit and up. And right there, that's the 4th one monitor. And as we'll take the display, we'll take the properties and we'll just move it back over. And there it is right there. So you can see that we're on all 4. There's on the 2nd monitor, moved it over to the 3rd monitor, which is this portable. It's out of order, but there you go. And of course I could change that back by rearranging it. Let's just arrange. There we go. So now that's all 4 monitors. They're basically going from the largest monitor, which is my ViewSonic Elite, then we're going into the laptop display, the built-in display, followed by this monitor right here, and then my little that's a 1080p monitor. But if I did have another 4K monitor, that shouldn't be a problem connecting that up. So that's basically how it works, and it works really well. I would always say put the first monitor, the one that you really need with the highest resolution, in HDMI port 1. Then you can put in the tri-area and the quad area. I think that's what it's called. The 3rd and the 4th monitors, you could put them into the other ports. But the one you work on, the one that's most detrimental to you, besides the laptop monitor, that should be an HDMI 1. As for the other things, the Ethernet's working. We did an SD card. Everything's working from there. I'm very happy with that. Let's talk about the unit right here. We're running off the Ethernet on the laptop, and we saw an Ethernet IP address. We got the 3 monitors hooked up here. Of course, I don't have anything else running through here. It's also got a power switch right there. So watch out for that, because guess what? If you hit the power switch, boom, everything turns off. Other than that, we are good to go. So if you need something that's going to handle multiple monitors, something like this will work really well. One more thing I want to test on this, and that is the heat coming from here. Like I said, the top feels plasticky, and the sides do have some sort of metal to them. But if we hit the heat gun on this directly, we're going to get about 114. You might think, well, that's a little bit hot, but it's really not. It's actually something you can touch. If we got to the 130 degree Fahrenheit range, then I'd be a little bit concerned, especially with this plastic on top. But for argument's sake, you want to get this in an area free of clutter and have it, there's no vents on this at all, as we saw. So just have it in an area where it doesn't get hotter than what this is doing right now. Quick update here. This is what I am actually using it. I'm up in my music room. So I've got the iVanky here going into my MacBook Air. That way I don't have to have the cord coming right into here. I got my 2 MIDI devices plugged in. I'm going to plug in a couple more. And then of course I'm going to put a monitor up on top and a couple other things as the music room gets rebuilt. But right now, that's what my iVanky dock is doing right now. That is the iVanky FusionDock Pro 1 Plus. Thanks a lot for watching. Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. You want to support the channel, go over to amazon.com/shop/Geekazine and then go to the merch page, because I have a lot of cool t-shirts, including the AI t-shirt and the new ones like I like geek butts and I cannot lie, and 80s Jesus saved me one floppy at a time. Lots of cool stuff over there. And of course, go over to geekazine.com, youtube.com/Geekazine, where you can like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification so your videos, you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, you guys, geek out and compute on.